Hi, Omar. Yeah, Omar, so you happy you got the sword finally? The first mode? How did you beat stage 10, Omar? Alright, what happened? Continue. I'm curious because... Yeah. Because it's not easy, and you pulled it off somehow, so what did you do? Oh, so you did the sneak attack method? So you snuck behind them, you attacked them, and then you went to the other side and hit him again. Okay, so you did the sneak attack method. Yeah, that works too, but that's a little tricky to do that one. Okay, that's a good idea, Omar. Omar, I'm fucking super proud of you that you fucking did it, man. I'm super proud of you. You know, like honestly, Omar, but don't just like give up because it was the hardest. Now do the middle trials. The middle trials may seem hard right now, but they're really not that hard. You'll get used to it very quickly. Like, for example, you're just gonna have to eat a Indora carrot meal to get two stamina wheels because that those two stamina wheels are very important for the middle trials. No, I don't see it. I don't see it. Omar. Look, Omar, watch this. And the reason I could do that and heal myself is because it goes up faster now because it's at the plus. get some of this stuff. The reason I'm doing this homework, you need to do this too. Go to these fairy fountains, mark them down if you didn't, and collect right here. Look. Right here, look, Indora carrots. Get them and cook them into meals. 5 equals a +2 stamina meals. Omar, what type of screenshot is that? Oh. Oh no, I don't see those emojis on my screen doesn't look good. Yeah, but Omar, you did so good. You got it now. Like, you got the first part over with. That's the hardest part. Trust me. Okay? The last set of trials, you just have to collect ancient arrows. So before you do them, look for the ancient arrow locations online for the third set of trials, and then once you collect the ancient arrows, you just save them for the harder guys. Again, it's an illusion. It may seem like the middle and the third trials are harder. They're not. They're not. The beginning trials are by far the hardest. They give you the crappiest equipment. You may have some trouble with the middle trials in the beginning, a little bit, but you'll get used to it. Believe me, it's a lot easier. It just again, cook the Indora carrots. Make sure you may need a defense boost for those trials instead of an attack boost. A defense boost may help you better. But a 30-minute defense boost. So keep that in mind to have one of those spare too. So, I mean, Omar, what a day from hell I had yesterday. A nightmare. It was a day from hell. Omar was dealing with a kid like Omar. I feel like you could have did a better job with me than what I was dealing with this kid, Dominic, or whatever his name is, Omar. Like, this kid, I was yelling at him almost. He kept doing everything wrong, and I felt bad. I didn't want to yell at him. But I think he might be, like, autistic or something, man. Something's wrong with him. And I feel bad for him. I think he's, like, a nice kid. He means well. Oh, I probably made it to, like, close to $1,000 yesterday. But it's like this kid, man, Omar. Like, I was like, Omar, you would have did a better job than this kid. This kid was a disaster, Omar. Like, I got, you know, and I can't even explain to you the shit that he fucked up. He fucked up like 20 different things. And my boss is fucking flipping at him. Everybody, it's just a whole fucking nightmare. Like, seriously, Omar, you should have tagged along. You would have did better and made some. You would have made like $300. Just everything, Omar, from leaving his equipment in the church, $1,000 worth of equipment, leaving it in the church where the church got locked up, and he couldn't get it back. And then we have a guy going there today to pick it up, to getting in the middle of the fucking bride and groom while they were fucking kissing, walking down the aisle, he's squeezing through them and shit, and the fucking photographer's screaming at him. It was a nightmare. Like, it was a nightmare. And it does, like, I feel like you could yell at this kid like 50 times, and he puts his head down, and he doesn't understand, man. He shuts down, Omar. That's why I get mad at you when you shut down, and I say, Omar, you can't shut down when you do something messed up. You have to face it, because this is what this kid does. He shuts down completely. Like, he puts his head down and shit. I'm like, You know, you can't when you work in the real life, you can't do things like that. I don't think you're that bad, but this kid is like Omar. He's 18 years old. There's no excuse. Like he's young. He's like a bit older than you, so there's no excuse. But I mean, he's still young to me. You know, but it's like that's why I bug out, man. Like I don't do it to make you feel bad. It was a wedding, so it was an all day church, everything. It was a huge, time consuming wedding. So but like at the same time, you got to be on the ball for a wedding. Omar, I was running back and forth into the church, doing a million things, posing people. You got shit that I'm doing. Oh, forget about it. I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack 8 different ways, man. I'm not used to that type of. You gotta you gotta man up for these jobs, man. It's tough, man. But at least it pays okay. I get money, and I can play my video games. Right? That's my life. So I mean, but Omar, you're way better off than this kid. Like this kid dropped out of high school. He doesn't have a GED. He doesn't not have anything really. He comes from a single family household. His father's like a complete sociopath. His mother is a what do you call it? Narcissistic, like both of his parents. He has a lot of problems. He asked me. Oh, Drift, did you, he's like, Dave, did you grow up in a troubled household? Because I think that's why I keep making mistakes. I grew up in a very troubled household. And I said, listen, man, I said, I don't remember my childhood too much. I told him, I said, I'm 38. Like, I mean, I don't know if you think I'm your age, I said, but I'm older, and I don't really remember my childhood too much. I didn't want to get into it with him. But like I feel bad for the kid. Like he's got issues, man. Like a lot of issues. And I think my boss thinks he's like a little bit autistic or something, on the spectrum, or maybe more. He doesn't look you in the eyes when you talk. Omar, Omar, what you gotta do, if somebody talks to you, Omar, get this. Like I don't know you in real life, Omar. Like I know you from the video games. But if somebody talks to you in real life, Omar, always look them in the eye. Don't put your head down. Look them in the eye. Try to speak like a regular person, because that's something that will get you places in life. Adults do that. Adults look somebody in the eye to make it look like they're attentive. And a lot of these younger kids, they don't even know how to look you in the eye no more when they talk. Like it feels like they don't pay attention and shit, Does that make sense, Omar? Like I always try to steer you the right way, Omar. Like I look at you like you're like my little nephew in a way, and I'm saying in a way like when you get older and you go on your first job in a few years or whatever the case is, look people in the eye, pay attention to them, be personable, don't be so quiet, talk, because sometimes people are quiet, they don't talk and shit. I don't think you're gonna have that problem, but just keep that in mind. Because I'm seeing with this fucking kid, oh my god, man. Like problems all over the place. It looks like mental illness all over the place. Okay, good. Yeah, because it's like that's a real bad sign, Omar, when people like again, this kid that I worked with yesterday, he puts his head down all the time. I'm like, and I feel like I'm yelling at him, and like I feel like I almost made the kid cry a few times, and I'm like, and I said, Dom, I said, come here. I said, I'm like 20 years older than you. I said, listen, I've been working for this company 15 years almost. I said, well, you got to realize, I said, look, nobody's perfect, Dom. I screwed up a lot in the beginning. Don't beat yourself up over this. Remember, your footage is not, I said, the biggest thing you did, Omar, he was supposed to be at the house at 12:15. Like I was going there at 10 after 12. He fucking just wakes up. at like 12:40. My boss is calling him like 50 times, going to the house. He's getting dressed, and my boss has to wait in the van, and my boss is flipping his fucking wig. He's like, he's calling up the girl that I'm with, that I'm going to the other place, and he's like, Janine, I can't. He's like, I don't know what to fucking do. Do I just try to pull the kid out of the fucking house? The kid, I said, listen, I spoke to the kid. I was like, like an adult. I said, the thing is, when somebody puts a time for these events, you have to be on time. You can't make people wait an hour. This isn't like going in the office and doing edit work where you can just kind of do it at whatever time you want. This is a event. They book. They spend thousands of dollars. You have to. If Mike says 12:15, you have to show up at the office at 12:15, ready and waiting. He said, "You're very upset that you left the equipment in the church." I'm telling you right now, Mike doesn't. He's probably a little annoyed at that. But he's not that pissed off at that. He's mad that you made him wait an hour and fucked up the whole morning. I said, that's the biggest thing you got to work on, is when you get a time, you have to show up. And then he's like, I understand, I'm sorry. And I'm like, don't have to apologize. It's just, I understand that you're young and this is new to you, but you got to realize that these times are very important. He's like, I just wanted to put a suit on, make a good impression. I said, but that's when you wake up 2 hours earlier to do that. Don't wait. He does. Omar, I think he cleans in like $30,000 a week or something. It's crazy. He's a millionaire, my boss. He drives a Bentley. He drives a 200-something grand Bentley. He does pretty well. One time, Omar, I'm going to tell you a funny story. So, he had me going to Starbucks. So when I was working in the office doing editing, they wanted me to pick up Starbucks for them, right? So, Mike just got the Bentley. Baby blue Bentley, beautiful, right? Beautiful, convertible, everything. And it's like, again, it was like 150, 200 grand. I don't know if I could get a picture for you. I'll try to get a picture. Anyway, my boss goes, he throws me the keys to the Bentley. He's like, yeah, take the, he's like, you want to take the Bentley? Go take the Bentley. And I'm like, and Janine's looking at him like, I said, Mike, look, I said, you just got this car. It's like 200 grand. I am not taking that to Starbucks. I mean, I know people are gonna fucking like, be like, holy shit, Dave's driving a Bentley. But at the same time, like, I don't want to, God forbid, fuck it up. I mean, you know how much money it is? If you fucking tap a Bentley into something, forget about it. I was like, hell no. Dude, I won't do that. Like, this kid, if you asked this autistic kid to take the Bentley, he would take it. Omar, like, he's stupid. He would just say, yeah, okay. And then crash it or something. Like, this is not saying, look, if you're a confident person, I get it. But this kid is like, he puts, like I said, putting your head down and... But, yeah, no, I didn't take the fucking Bentley, man. That would have been funny, man. If I took the Bentley. That would have been funny as fuck. Those people in Starbucks would have been like, oh shit, what's David pulling up in a Bentley? Yeah, no. I am not confident to take a $200,000 car. Especially with my financial situation. I'm not doing things like that. Because I am a fucking retard myself at times. And I just don't trust myself. But anyway. Rather that was funny though. I bet it was funny. I'm okay, Omar. I'm not the best. Like, if you look at my videos and stuff, I'm not like some of these guys that make like YouTube documentaries. But I think I'm okay. I'll be honest, Omar. Like, I think I could do it. If somebody was to give me like $10,000 or $5,000 to make like something crazy good, I would put a lot of time into it and try. And I think I could maybe make it work. But I would be kind of nervous that I don't know if I could pull it off. I'm not terrible at editing. I'm not great either. There are people that are much better. I would say I'm like pretty good, and I could do better, but there are times that I get like kind of impatient and stuff, and I don't do as good as I should do. But I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if I had the opportunity. But what are you gonna do? I'm not terrible at things I do. Like I'm actually like I'm thankful that I'm like kind of like a jack of all trades guy. Like I could do almost anything to some degree, but I'm not like really great at anything. But I'm better than average at a lot of stuff. So because of that, like I'm kind of grateful. But I'm also at the same time I'm impulsive. I'm impatient. I got mental issues all my life. Keep in mind, I fucking take medicine. I flip out. I get angry all the time. Like there's a real mental issue with me at times, and that holds me back a lot. You know, I don't have a good temperament. You know, and I know that. I know that. Like I'll be the first one to tell somebody, listen, like I get agitated quick. I yell. I flip out. And it's not a good thing to be like that. But I'm not. I don't think I'm stupid. You know, I think I'm kind of like pretty. I would say I'm above average intelligent. I would say like I'm definitely above average, but I'm not. I'm not a genius. There are people that are just very smart. But at the same time, like I definitely, Omar, I have emotional irregularities, which holds me back. So. See, Omar, the biggest thing in life is to understand your shortcomings, so you can get better at life, right? Like you're young, you can understand whatever shortcomings you have right now, and you can get better at life, right? Like I feel like at my age, it's like very hard to tackle the shortcomings right now. It's difficult. Where I think at your age, you can tackle them and kind of try to correct them. So if like you have any problems, like if you shut down, if you know like if somebody yells at you and you shut down, instead of shutting down, I'm not saying you gotta agree with somebody who yells at you, but at the same time, try to figure out why they're yelling at you. Don't put up excuses and be like, oh, they're just yelling at me for no reason, or they just don't like me, like you said with your teacher. You can't do that. Everything has a reason, Omar. You have to realize everything in life has a reason. Everything. Like a sociopath, like people who do horrible things do it because of a reason. It doesn't mean it's a good reason. A lot of times it's a really bad reason. But everything tends to have a reason. Like everything has a reason. Very rarely in life do things just happen for no reason. That's like the 0.1%. Like if you want to say like even a lightning bolt crashing through your house and hitting you while you play your video game, there's a reason why it happened. Something in your room was conducting electromagnetic fields that pulled it in during a storm, whatever the case is. Yes, and of course there's luck involved too. But everything tends to lean towards reasons. If people just say, well, sometimes there's just no reason behind anything, that's, I feel, an incorrect statement, unfortunately. And too many people do that. If that makes sense, Omar. Like, so whenever, like, something doesn't go your way, you have to be a little analytical and try to figure out, well, why did this happen? Let me figure it out. You know? People could say, okay, well, why did somebody have a heart attack at 32 years old? And people, he wasn't fat, you know, he didn't eat bad. And then you could just say, well, maybe he just had a heart attack for no reason, right? That would make sense. No, it doesn't make sense. I'll tell you why. Because something in that person's DNA, or the way they accumulate plaque slash cholesterol, it could be the way their heart is maybe out of rhythm, or there's something going on in that person that possibly caused that. Okay? So it may seem like nothing it happened for no reason, based on maybe the person had a good diet, they were thin, they were healthy. It seems like it happened for no reason, but there's usually like 95, 98% an underlying reason for everything. Okay? And that's when you have to use probabilities. Where what is the probability that this happened for this reason, or the probability that this happened for that reason? And you gotta look, like, you could say, okay, what is the probability I got lung cancer based on my family genetics versus I smoked 3 packs a day, cigarettes. And you could say, well, you could argue it, right? You could say, well, some people do smoke 3 packs a day and they don't get lung cancer. But they maybe have very good genetics. Maybe they come from a long line of like Dutch, or indigenous genetics where tobacco smoke doesn't affect them as much because they have like this what is the word, like almost like an immunity towards it because they've been come from a long generation of it, which maybe that's the reason they're not getting lung cancers and things like that. But if you have, let's just say, like genetics that don't agree with cigarette smoke, that 1 pack of cigarettes a day could do damage to you, or even half a pack. So it's everybody is different. It's like kind of like, why do some people have peanut allergies and some people have no allergies? Why do some people allergic to shellfish and some people have no allergies? Again, it's sometimes. Omar, you shouldn't even watch the speed runs. I don't even like. Well, I told you, I hate that culture, man. Because everybody just uses glitches and stuff, unless you just whatever. But you got to realize, Omar, all single player games are going to have this problem. Look at Elden Ring. I mean, even though Elden Ring has multiplayer elements, the only games that you're not going to have glitches in, Omar. The only games that are not going to have glitches are live service games that update, mobile games and stuff. And even they have glitches, but they'll probably have less glitches. But they also have a pay-to-play element, so that's what you deal with. You deal with pay-to-play versus games that don't get updated all the time. And any game, especially Zelda, which is 5 years old, it's going to have fucking glitches. Omar, Tears of the Kingdom is going to come out. And like you said, there are going to be people looking for glitches right off the bat. Like, that's the first thing they're going to do. And, like, I don't know. I don't agree with that type of play. I think that's, like, the easy way out, man. Look, I play games like an audiobook. Like, I want to play the story. I want to, get into the game. I don't look to flex with finding glitches. That's not how I play. But, whatever. However other people play, that's however they play. Everybody can play the way they want. It's a single-player game. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Now, I get mad when people come in here and start talking about their glitches and shit. It's like, dude, like, like I kind of grind my way to the top. Like, I don't want to hear talking, that type of play style in my stream because it's annoying. It's like not showing me respect for how I play. Because I'm literally a chill stream and it's just annoying. But if you are going to play that way, just don't fucking bring it up all the time because I just don't want to hear it. Or don't watch my stream. I'm sure you could go into another stream where people enjoy that type of playstyle. That's just not me. That's why I'm more like fascinated with the lore elements and stuff like that because like that's what I play Zelda for, is the lore. I like the lore of Zelda. I don't play Zelda for I could glitch this fucking game and like, dupe everything and pull out the Master Sword and 3 hearts with flame arrows and whatever the fuck they do and then glitch the trials and glitch this and glitch. I don't do that, man. Everything I have done in this game, I have earned legitimately. Everything. So I feel good about myself. I feel like, hey, you guys need to glitch. Whoever needs to glitch, they glitch because they're not good at shit. I mean, being good at glitching is kind of like not really being good at games, in my opinion. Unless you beat everything the way you did, and then you just want to kind of like, look, I beat it. I put 2,000 hours into Zelda. I beat everything. Now I'm just fucking with the game at this point. Fine, that's cool. But to just straight up go off the bat, like if somebody goes into Tears of the Kingdom, just looking the glitch, I'm not gonna look up glitches or speedruns of Tears of the Kingdom. That's not what I'm looking up. Like, there's no way I'm gonna look that shit up. Like, if you're gonna be if there are people gonna be speedrunning and glitching Tears of the Kingdom, that should not be a go-to. You're gonna spoil the story. You're gonna spoil your experience. It's horrible. Don't do that, Omar. Like, seriously, when you get Tears of the Kingdom, don't do that. At least till you beat the game, man. That's going to be a horrible experience if you do that. Even if you like speedruns, look up a different game for speedruns. Remember, Omar, look, you think, like, Ghost of Tsushima doesn't have fucking bullshit? Every single player game has bullshit. Did I see? Yeah, it looks pretty good. I thought it has, like, a lot of story elements. I kind of like it. Now, games like Ubisoft games, let's just say like games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, they may have less glitches than, let's just say, Zelda. But you got to remember one thing about Assassin's Creed Valhalla: it's got a live service element and pay to play features, which kind of makes people mad at Ubisoft a little bit. You know, people get mad at that whole, monetization scheme. I think he looks cool. There's nothing too bad about it. I mean, I think the whole idea with Ganon is that he's what's the word? Like he's kind of like regaining his power. Like he resurrects, but he's not really like quite powerful yet. Like he's kind of like he's in a human form now, or I guess a Gerudo form, and he's basically slowly regaining his strength again. Right? And he's trying to bring back the blood moons and everything. I think that's like kind of what's happening. So yeah. And the Zonai are back, Omar. The Zonai is a race that possibly, I think Linos used to be Zonais, actually. Possibly, I don't know. I hope so. They were cursed Zonais, I think, Lino. But I'm not really sure about that. That was just a lore speculation. It's like a tribal race. They're like primitive to the land and stuff. Maybe like almost like a Native Americans, but like to Hyrule. And I think Zelda. I don't know. It's a whole fucking. It's an interesting idea. We'll see what happens. Oh man. Alright, yeah, I mean, that's how I think, like, so anyway, that's my lecture of the day. I don't want to talk about what people should do in life. I don't really fucking care that much, but... Is that like one of those little guys? Maybe. Yeah, let me see if I... That's why Omar, like, I play Zelda for its lore. I don't play Zelda for, like, glitching. I don't really play games for that, I like the lore in games. I'm very into lore and shit. Like Skyrim, you know how many glitches you could play Skyrim? You could play Skyrim with like 1,000,000 glitches. I never do though. I mean, I modded Skyrim just to make it like more realistic and shit, but I never like fucking played for that reason. There's like certain things, you know, I just don't like to play like that. You know?
Rivali's Gale is now ready.
Kindergarten? I made it to halal today, man. I'm in the mood for it. Well, this is what I wanted to kill, by the way. Yep. Ah! Why am I getting the fucking party up right now? Yeah, I will. Oh, fuck. Oh, I should play one of those psychological horror games, again, right? Like the Madison, Visage. I had those games. I wanted to get back into Madison. It's just that like, I hate the walking in that game. It's so slow, man. I had an argument with my father before dad. At his age, it's fucking terrible. It's one where you're not the only one who deals with houses. I can't, I just gotta ignore it. I can't deal with it. Hi. Alright, so you know how to cool these things off, right? So when you see this, you're gonna see one of these guys in the middle trials. You gotta use an ice weapon. And versus an ice one, you gotta use a fire weapon. It cools them off. Very important. You may not know that. And then they relight themselves. So you want to redo it. Right. Believe me, in the trials, you're going to need to know that. The middle trials, I think, has an ice talus, or it might be the final trials, I'm not sure. But you're going to need to know this in the trials, because you'll lose heart pieces all over the place doing this. So just keep that in mind. And they do give you a frost, and fire weapon as needed. Don't use it to break them. You just have to just turn off the, their temperature. Whatever happened to the meme kid? You don't come no more? He came for like 2 days. The partying's kind of a little tricky in this game anymore. Well, you just have to what do you mean party? You just target them and keep your shield out. And it bounces the beam off of it. But, keep in mind, you should... Once you get the Master Sword fully powered, go for the Hylian shield, but you also want to build up Tarry Town so you can replace the shield. It's very important. But you can have it in the meantime because you won't break it anytime soon. It's very fun. But you want to build up Tarry Town like before you do break it. That should be like your next goal. And then from there, just do whatever you want then. Now you're good with shields and swords once you do all that. Like... Now that I have the sword and the shield, it's like I don't have to worry. My shield gets broken or damaged, I get a new one. My sword gets broken or damaged, I fucking wait it out or just go to the forest. Omar, in the second trials, you can knock those guardians into the water. Okay? You can try to stasis and knock them into the water. Or there's even like chests you can pull out of the water and just slam into them with the fucking magnet and just knock them in the water. Once a guardian goes in the water, it breaks. So keep that in mind because there's a hard... Also, in one of the trials, there's a part where you're fighting like a pretty tough guardian. Don't waste your weapons on it because there's a weird part where you can pull something out of a wall and one hit it. I suggest you look at a guide for the second trials as well. But you'll see how it's just so much easier. Okay. Well, yeah, Omar, I don't want to go through this again. Even the second trials are annoying, Omar. It's like I already have the sword. I don't want to do it again. Like, what you should do, like, seriously, you got the hardest part over. It's the hardest part is the first set. Now, all you have to do is, like I said, cook up these carrots, 5 of them, get those 2 stamina wheels. You're going to need it for the first part where the wind blows you up in the air. Possibly cook a 30-minute defense buff and the 30-minute attack buff, even though you can only have 1 buff at a time, but you can save before you enter the trials and see which buff works. Also, cook up 5 Hardy Dorians to get max hearts. That's it. Max hearts, max endurance wheels, play around with the armor buff and or the attack buff and see which one does better for you for the middle trials. The third set of trials, you definitely want to do the defense buff, 30 minutes. So you're going to have to farm a couple of horns, not much. It's not that hard. You go to the Farron fucking bridge like I did. Why do you think I was staying at that bridge to try to get those horns? Before the trials. That's all it was for. Like, once you do the trials, you don't even need much anymore, really. You're fucking set. And honestly, you beat the first set. You beat the hardest part, to be honest. So it's going to be hard, the second parts, but it's not impossible. There's many ways to do it. The part that you beat only had 2 ways to do it. The sneak attack way like you did with the fucking Moblin Club there, or the fucking wood way. There was no other way. You can't do it any other way. It's just impossible. Like, it wasn't play tested properly. Again, I keep saying that. But you did it. You're good. You know how hard it is that you did it? Like, you're one of the few people that persevered with that. Most people gave up. I almost gave up for the second time. I was like thinking that maybe I'm just too old to do this now. I mean, Joe gave up. The teacher guy who comes in, he didn't even do it. A lot of people don't have the patience to even do that. So the fact that you got through it is pretty impressive. I'm glad that you stuck with it. But I really want you to kind of just get the whole sword now. Don't just give up after you got the hardest part. Remember, in normal mode, getting this damn Master Sword like this in normal mode is so fucking easy. The trials are nothing compared to Master Mode. The health regen and the damage increase is ridiculous. That's why, like, I think it's a joke. But what's so much cool is once you get this sword in normal in Master Mode, you can fight golden Lionels, golden mobs. You have more content available to you, so it makes the experience better. A lot of people just don't have the patience, you know, unfortunately, to do it. But you obviously showed that you have perseverance, that you got it. So some people try to glitch the trials, Omar, but even that is not easy from what I hear. Like, there's a certain way to do it. It's probably definitely easier, but you can also fuck your save up and stuff. I wouldn't fuck with doing that. Being that master mode, you only get one save and shit. It's kind of like, eh. But yeah, you could probably do that. But again, it's not like it's not a 1, 2, 3 thing. You have to like, there's a whole thing with that too. So I just say, just beat it the normal way. It's really not that hard. I mean, it's difficult, but it's like it's doable, and it's way more rewarding to know that you're able to do that versus people who, you know, have to fucking cheat because they're not good at games. And again, it's not an easy cheat. It's a kind of a lot of work too. So hi Whitney Harris, how are you? Are you a female or are you like on your mom's account? Yeah, so I figured maybe on your mom's account or something. I'm gonna refresh my sword, and then I'm gonna just fix my layout. There's an easier way to fix out my layout, Omar. Just do one at a time. And it takes a little longer, but I wish you could just rearrange your inventory. I hate the fucking fact that every time I refresh the sword like this, it goes all the way to the fucking end. Alright, let's do it. Just refresh the blade. You don't have to wait. I could skip this, but I like the way it looks. Skip it now. Oh my god! Oh my god, this is the first fucking crash I've had. No, like ever. What? Omar, what? Holy shit! Right when I went, wow, interesting. Let's see if the auto save. Do I have an auto save? At least sends me to the core course. Yeah, wow. It's the first. Yeah, but it doesn't happen to me all the time, Omar. It's like the first time. Oh my god. My autosave is in fucking Elden Canyon. Alright. It's alright. Oh, Omar, they finally came out with a dark matter Michael Jordan. I just got it yesterday. Before. And I'm putting it through the card grading so then I can put him on my team. 99 Michael Jordan. Alright, what's happening here? Why am I... 10 minutes? Aw, oh, come on. I got my fans on. Why did it crash like that? Ah, whatever. Well, I didn't... Did I get anything good? Oh, hold on. Let me kill this Tails again. You know what I need to do? I need to, what do I need to do? Ah, I wanted to stasis him because I knew he was going to do that. Jesus Christ. Oops, I should have used the Gale. These things can be annoying sometimes. No, Omar. This time I remember Omar was saving up all that that MT. I had like 680,000, I think, at this point. It ran me around 450,000 to 500,000. It was like a lot. I had like almost no MT left. So no, I didn't open it this time. I didn't want to do it because you know what? That was such a freak thing last time that wasn't gonna happen again. So I spent like months of MT on getting it. Months of it. I remember Omar, like I don't buy other cards really. The only guys I go for is like Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, like guys like that. I'm not really into like a lot of the modern players, so really? Why am I not getting this? Come here. Omar, the delay usually isn't my fault. Oh. Omar, the delay usually isn't my fault. Yeah, it's not. I just tested it. It's not that delayed. You have to refresh your stream. I'm kind of looking for some red Lizafos because I need to... I need like 1 or 2 extra tails to upgrade my armor. Omar, I don't know. I just tested it. Omar, I'm testing it on a fucking device, on a phone, like a tablet, whatever. Like it's literally. It's not me, man. Like I'll let you know if it's me. Hold on, I'll do it again. There's look, my phone connects differently to YouTube than the game broadcast. So hold on. Differently to YouTube than the game broadcast. You hear that? You hear that? You hear the delay? I just played it. The delay is only like 12 to 15, maybe like 20 seconds tops. 15 to 15 seconds. It's not really that big of a delay. So if you're getting a delay, that's you're not connecting to YouTube properly, or your Wi-Fi or something. Because otherwise, it would be delaying for me too. Because YouTube is a separate server than the streaming app. Then now my voice is coming through. I don't know, Omar. I mean, if it's still delaying and you refreshed it, try restarting your device, or it could just be where you're from. Maybe Wisconsin over there is connecting to YouTube slowly, because in New York there's a difference. You know, like that. Again, if one of my separate devices reads the stream as not having a far delay, that's not exclusive to me. That means like anybody in New York is gonna have a good stream. Like if Steven was to connect, he wouldn't be delayed
Rivali's Gale is
like
now ready.
the way you are. So it could be server issues. With maybe in Wisconsin is not connecting to the fucking DNS server fast enough or whatever. Or it could just most likely it's your Wi-Fi or your connection. Now, if I heard a delay on my phone, then chances are, yes, I'm not uploading fast. That would be 100% the reason. But if a third-party object of mine is fine, it's nothing to do with. Because you got to remember, the device has to watch it regardless. It's like the device has to download the data and portray it back on the screen. It's not like the Zelda footage is fucking, magically appearing on my phone. Like, even though it's on the same Wi-Fi, it doesn't work like that. Like, I know enough about networking to tell you that. There's a rock somewhere. Okay, well, we don't want it to roll down the mountain, which I think it just did. It went into lava. Like, really? Really? It bounced that far? Come on, dude. At least let me come back. I know you're gonna, like, go away sometime. Still there, Omar? I see this. Hold on a second. No, we'll burn. We're gonna burn down the road. That's what I do. Hold on.
Rivali's gale is now ready.
Okay, ready? I'm gonna watch this.
It's my
See?
pleasure.
No, but it gave me all my hearts back, and it charges faster. So. It's not really dying. It's systematically playing with my power. How is this rock not coming back, dude? Usually they regenerate. Fuck. Alright, whatever. I think we're good for upgrading it already. The trials. I think the trials of the swords is kind of worth it because it's challenging and stuff, and it gives you a really good fucking master sword that changes the element of the entire game by giving you the ability to hold on to one weapon for the most part. As for the ballad, I just don't think it's worth. No, it and Nintendo like even said that that was like their first DLC they ever really did, or something like that. So it was kind of like I think they were a little off with it, to be honest. But yeah, but that came out after. It was good. They gave a lot. They gave a new area. They gave interesting Pokemon. Sword and Shield was not that bad, man. Especially with the way you can get the legends towards the end. It was too late though, and I think the same thing's gonna happen with Scarlet and Violet. I think they're just losing their player base and taking forever with the DLC, and it's just that's where it just fucks up. I think we're fully upgraded with the snow outfit, which is cool because that's where you get a lot of good meat and stuff. Like if I can find the fucking tunic. Who the fuck is this snow tunic? Oh. Alright, so let's go into the snow area. I don't know. I don't even care, Omar. I'm gonna be playing Zelda. I told you that was gonna happen. I I said once Tears of the Kingdom comes out, I'm gonna be fucking playing that shit for a long time. Not giving two shits about Pokemon, to be honest. I'm almost done with Pokemon. I didn't even want to play. Honestly, like I didn't even want to play Scarlet as much. You pressured me into it. I really didn't want to play it, to be honest. And I don't even think any of the boys are really into it that much. I don't think Jay and Cheddar are into it this much. I just think it's kind of people growing out of it, man. I'll be honest, Omar. You know what did it for me? That really made me not like it is the performance. Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. I just think that the performance of Scarlet and Violet was so fucking shit that it's hard to go back to it, even if they upgrade the performance. I just don't even want to look at it anymore. Because it's like okay, you upgrade the performance, but you forced us to play it fucked up for how long? And everybody beat it already, right? So it might be good for like somebody who buys the game now and never played it. Like if I bought Pokemon now, Scarlet, never played it, and with the performance improvements and stuff, which I don't think is that great, but I probably wouldn't complain that much. But the point is I already beat it and I did everything. So it's like kind of like what the fuck, man? It was too. It was like that's the problem, man. You know, when you release a game in an unfinished state, like Gotham Knights and stuff, yeah, you could fix the game 2 years later and put it on sale and hope people will buy it and all that shit. But like, you already left a bad taste in people's mouth, if that makes sense. Like, nobody wants to fucking like experience it. Like, look at Cyberpunk, man. You know, Cyberpunk had potential to be like one of the most breakthrough games of all time. Like crazy potential, right? It could have been one of the best games ever made. And look what happened to fucking Cyberpunk. One of the best, most breakthrough games of all time that was hyped, and look what happened to it. It just fucking, and they'll never repair it. I mean, like they could fix it up a million ways to Sunday, and they're never gonna fully get the trust of people to buy that game. It was a disastrous launch, and that's it. Like what? What do you mean? Like for political correctness or something? Come on, I want to get you. I know I don't have these wolves. I'm a good picture though. Oh, I did have it. Yeah, they had like, would they have like wall climbing and shit like that? That would have been one of the best games ever, man, you know? Cyberpunk definitely had hype. They still made a lot of money because of the hype, but unfortunately the game just fucking sucked, man. They had so many refunds and shit. I mean, I don't think it's like some people say it's not a terrible game, but it just left a sour taste in it. Like GTA 5, before the damn remake, had better physics than fucking Cyberpunk. And that was before the remake. That was the 2013 version. You know? Oh yeah?
Mifa's grace is ready.
No! I didn't know if you just get off. I thought maybe you can get off it once you tame it. Oh, this is a Hinox.
Now ready.
I thought this was a Lionel. Okay. I hate when the meat turns fucking frost. That's no good. Yeah, I know. I could have jumped out. Omar, when you do the trials, never let these things do that, by the way. I just want to do it for the guys. It's good, Omar. That's because everything worked out good for you. But remember, just because it worked out good the first time, you could do that first trials over and not get that luck, man. So let's keep that in mind. Like, you did get a little lucky too, but because it's not easy, man. But it worked out for you, so which is good. Omar, I want to get halal or something. I want to spend the whole day playing fucking games and just chilling and eating. Because I worked so hard yesterday, I was on my feet for like fucking, oh my god, Omar, like 15 hours. I can't even feel my legs right now. Like, they're so fucking muscular. Omar, you gotta see how muscular my legs are, man. Like, my calf muscles, Omar, would blow your mind. Like, they protrude out of my legs. I bet you I could jump really high now, too, if I wanted to. Because I was practicing, like, how high I could jump. I don't think I could, like, dunk or anything, but my calf muscles are pretty fucking strong. Because I'm always, when I fucking work, I'm always on my fucking legs, man. I don't sit, man. So, like, my legs are pretty built. Like, what games, Omar? I don't really have good choices right now. I have Age of Empires, I got basketball. I want to definitely play my basketball game once my Jordan is good to go, but he's still under the whatever you call it. That's right, Omar. I'm doing this. You know why I'm doing this, Omar? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why right now. Well, why, crazy? Why are you breaking your sword again? Because I'm gonna order Chinese food. I'm gonna go in the other room. I'm gonna ask them if they want something, and I'm also gonna get my health back up, and then we're gonna hunt some Lionels. I'm staying in this area. It's like, crazy, why do you always break your sword? Because I fucking, you know, if I'm gonna, like, wait around and make phone calls and do shit, yeah, I'm gonna break it. What the fuck is the point of keeping it, like, fucking half damaged if I'm gonna be AFK for, like, 5 minutes? I gotta re-download Java. And in order for us to play, Omar, you know what I have to do. I have to buy a server. And honestly, like, it's not that I can't afford it. I can afford it now. But it's like, at the same time, it's like, do you really want me to buy a server just for the fucking two of us? Like, we have nobody else to play on it, man. And again, I only like to play it with shader settings or an RTX version or something. Which I think, well, we can both play RTX now, I think. But does RTX even do Java? I do like the idea of hardcore Minecraft, especially with people. I would love that more than anything, to set up like a hardcore Minecraft server with like 4 or 5 people. That would be like the coolest shit if we could do that. But how can we do it? with people that we trust and know. Because I don't like, I don't like look what happened when we tried to do it with art. How many fucking douchebags we had. Like, if I had, like, Joe, Kane, whatever, the teacher guy, and Steven. But Steven's up working all the time now. He has a nightclub job, and he's working, like, so much. So if I had Joe, and I had Steven, and Thaddeus, and Ricks, and all of us were doing it, and you were in there, too, that would be awesome. Because those are all good people. Like, I don't like your friend Siler too much. I thought he was kind of an annoying person. Like, I didn't hate him, but I just didn't really care for him. And honestly, like, I don't like people like that. Like, I like nice, good people, that I can, like, that I like, that I trust, and that I know are not, like, assholes. And, like, honestly, it would be people like Steven, it would be you, Cheddar is more than welcome, Jay, all of you guys are awesome. So I would let any one of you do it. But Jay's got school, Cheddar's busy with life, and, it's just like, we don't have people, man, that I can trust. And my real life friends are kind of busy with life too, and it's just like, really would just be me and you, Omar. Like, I hate to say it. And unfortunately, we have to buy a servo, which is not exactly cheap. Oh. It's not exactly cheap, I'm gonna order Chinese and see if they want. God damn, Link, stop shivering. You're making me cold over here, Link.
It is my pleasure.
It is my pleasure. Alright, now we're gonna order Chinese food. Master Sword recharging. We got no fucking powers, and I'm full hearts. So now what I can do is I can just order Chinese food. I'm gonna go in the other room and ask them. Alright, you there? Yes or no question, Omar, are you there? Yes or no question, Omar. No, Omar, but those free Minecraft servers are garbage, Omar. Their ping rate is horrible and shit. Alright, hold on, Omar. Let me just mute my mic so I can order food. I don't want to, like, things on the
Vivali's Gale is
internet.
now ready.
Alright, I'm back. I just ordered food. I just ordered food. Alright. A little sponge and fun. Welcome to the stream, sir. Sponge and fun, what pronouns do you go by? I go by he, him. Alright, we got 255. So, alright, let's figure this out. Let's see where we go. See? So everything is almost recharged with that order of Chinese food. Hi, Mr. Wolf. Give me your... Hi, Mr. Wolf. Well, Mr. Sponge and Fun, well, what brings you to this... What pronouns do you go by? I don't want to offend you. Omar, what pronouns do you go by? Oh shit, Dr. Rock. Yeah, these fucking guys there. Stupid fucking alcoholics. Omar, did you hear about the Pokemon kid that got like disqualified because he didn't use the right pronouns or some shit? Like some fucking stupid authoritarian judge retard lady. Okay, I don't see you. He's still there. I saw him and he's still there. There's a Pokemon card game player, second place kid. He didn't use the proper pronoun. The judge got mad. They disqualified him from the fucking tournament because they were streaming the battle supposedly, and he might have. Omar, get this. He might have triggered somebody. That's what they said. You can look it up. If you don't believe me, look it up. You'll see the whole story. Alright, what is this bird? A white pigeon. Isn't that like just a dove? What are these things? Dawners? Cold Donner? Yeah. I mean, it's kind of messed up. And, you know, Omar, like, he didn't even do any. He just laughed nervously because he didn't realize, like, what to say. It took him off guard. They didn't ask him about the pronouns, like, the whole tournament or some shit. So, it threw him off guard. And he said he, him, and they laughed because he didn't know what to say. But the judge took it offensively, like he was laughing at her question. And said you don't have to be a jerk about it. And he really wasn't. And he paid like over $800 for tickets in the hotel room and everything. It was like crazy, Omar. And the kid was crying. He's like 14, 15 years old. He was crying. Because, you know, he got up to second place, man. And even the first place guy didn't like how they treated him. It was fucked up. He's a fucking minor, man. Like, don't put that shit on minors to, like, learn all these fucking things. What fucking idiots out there in the world, man. You can't even enjoy fucking games anymore. Like, this is why I just play my video games. I don't even fucking bother. I used to play Magic the Gathering. I don't even fucking care about that shit anymore. Everything's just becoming so fucking woke, man. Woke culture is so fucking awful. I love the people that pretend like there's no such thing, dude. Like, those are fucking idiots, man. You have some, like, real heavy leftists. Oh, there's no such thing as woke culture or cancel culture. Those are just talking points made by right-wing fucking activists. It's like, okay, no, buddy, there is real. There's evidence of real things. Don't try to excuse the semantics all over the place because you read it on 4chan or Reddit or something. Or some fucking Discord server. Some fucking Discord server with nothing but fucking leftist shills. The fucking green-haired mean girl, which they think is like a joke. They think it's a right-wing talking point again. Oh, you know, that typical shouting, meme-haired green girl. Yeah, because there is truth to it. Just like, you know, you want to say that, oh, well, maybe is there any truth to, you know, the AR-15 gun-toting right-winger? Yeah, there is truth to that, too. You know, like, people act like there's no truth to some of these things. There are truth to some stereotypes actually hold pretty solid truths to them. And it's not like, oh, you know, you can, at the risk of offending somebody. Like, who cares? You think I wasn't offended yesterday, like, 25 times, trying to do things? Life is offensive, man. And not everything's peachy keen. You think you're not going to be offended when your fucking landlord raises your rent? Like, these kids don't fucking understand shit like that. Oh, I want a good picture. No, I want to mount you. No, don't you run from me. We're not doing that. No, come here. Don't you run from me. You just make it worse. I'm not gonna have to kill you now. Come on, they're supposed to be so strong, these fucking bears, and they gotta run? And he fucking disappears. You know, fuck you, bear. I wanted to ride him. I wanted to ride the Grizzlemore bear. Yeah, you can mount deers, bears, a lot. Even the rhino probably. Watch. Even that moose, I bet. Hold on. Oh, it's looking at me, alright. I don't know, the rhino may not let you. The moose, probably. Alright, hold on a second. Where's the fucking moose? Oh man, you know what? Well, we're gonna get your meat then if you're not gonna fucking be fun about it. Omar, is rhinos your favorite animal? You can't ride the moose? Well, deer you can. I know you can ride a deer. You know what? Maybe in Tears of the Kingdom you can ride everything. Oh my, I still gotta do the other 2 fucking champion ballads. I'll probably do the fire one next. Or maybe I'll do, I don't know. I think the lightning one is the hardest because that's, you gotta deal with this Molduga boss, which is not that easy on that. My whole goal was to beat this before Tears of the Kingdom. I'm getting kind of bored, I'll be honest. Like, I just don't, like, I'm not really into, like, the whole Champions ballad, man. It's kind of, like, boring. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'll do the lightning first. I don't know. I'm just not feeling the champion ballad, man. I think you're right. It's a little bit on the... I mean, I'm gonna do it, though. I gotta do it. I gotta get it over with, man. I promised myself I was gonna beat it before Tears of the Kingdom. So. I mean, at least try, you know? I don't want to just give up on it. Come on. Come here. Come on. Rock. These guys take a lot more hits than the other ones. Alright, see, Omar, there seems to be, sometimes when you see things like that, it can lead to shrines and shit. That's stupid, Omar. I mean, come on. Really? Yes, I like Minecraft though. I'm not gonna go off on Minecraft too much. I think it's a very innovative game. It was definitely ahead of its time. It was almost like the Mario 64 of a modern generation. So you can't knock on it. It's a good game. You can't knock on Minecraft. Whatever decision they make, they usually pretty good. That's like one of those few modern games that I really do like. And I don't like many modern games, you know that. But Minecraft is such an innovative game, I feel. You know? Breaking the sword again, you know why? Because I'm going to save and quit. What I'm going to do is play, I want to play basketball. I don't want to just be fresh when I start up again. I just want to check on my Jordan. Omar, you probably like think I'm crazy. I'm the only one that breaks the sword like this. I don't care, man. You know why? Because again, like I said, I'm gonna be the Chinese guys coming. I'm gonna be answering the phone, the door, and then by the time everything's charged, I'm gonna save and I'm going into basketball. So at least then when I come back to this, I could go right to Geronimo Valley with a fresh sword and just fucking try to do what I have to do with the lightning. Now I keep this sword fresh all the time. Because I do this, I monitor my... Or I could just take it to the forest, but it's like, that's always a pain in the ass. With the loading and everything, it's like crashing. Well, it doesn't usually crash. That's the first time. Yeah, but then you have to look for the trees. You can find a metal block and just start beating the shit out of it, and that's a pretty fast way. Because it will just, believe it or not, won't break a metal block. Only heavy items do that. But look, it's broken. Done. Done, Omar. Not too bad. And now, I mean, let's speed this up. I'm gonna save my video. I like this spot. Oh, I got so much wood. Boom. Done.
It is my pleasure.
That's it, Omar. The Chinese guys are too. Hello? Okay, be right down, sir.
Rivali's Gale is now ready.
Yeah, but this is more of a this is more of a popular than the set. But the thing is they don't understand why all these kids and stuff are. And the reason why adults are yeah, yeah, people abuse Adderall, people could abuse my medicine too. But they told me that mine was Adderall. Where Adderall, like Adderall is and for some reason, when it makes you know race like that, whatever reason, you thought this was it's like it's a weird contradiction if somebody drinks coffee with me coffee. But for whatever reason, it makes the guy focus.
Mifa's grace is ready.
Yeah. Who's there? Who's in my store? I got my Chinese food. I'm very happy with it. Oh. Did I get my sword back? Hey, I already got my sword back. I was talking to my parents. Hey. Now what we do is we save it. Alright, now what we're going to do is pull the thing out. We're going to actually close the game first. Don't want to fuck that up. Pull out the cartridge. Because I don't have 2K downloaded. I have it installed on the... Look. The joke is that these games are read off the cartridges when they're not. The cartridge slots literally act as a basic day one install, no CD check for the most part. That's how these cartridges act. Okay? But anyway, let's get into this. Where's my food? They don't let me do it though. Actually, I don't want to get my hands dirty, so I'm not going to take a break from the stream. Sorry.